Good morning, y'all. It's Monday, so Cameron's off to work today. So it's just me and Winnie alone for most of the day. Well, my home health nurse is coming in a little while, but sorry about that. But yeah, home health nurse is coming in a little while to do blood work. But for the most part, it's just us today. Good news about that was, at least since Cameron had to get up early for work, he was able to put me on my morning IV, so I was able to sleep in for several more hours, which I desperately needed, but my lungs are just really tight. They started feeling really tight last night, and I've just got up not long ago, but I just took off my oxygen to take Winnie outside because it just wouldn't reach. I have to put another extension tubing for it to reach out here. And as soon as I took it off, I just kind of feel a little more tight-chested. I haven't checked my oxygen stats yet, but my guess is I'm going to probably want to wear my oxygen for today. But yeah, the hardest part whenever Cameron's gone, though, whenever I'm not feeling good, is taking care of Winnie. Just taking her out, which is much easier now that we have a yard and she can just kind of go on her own. But when we were at an apartment, we had to walk her along a complex. It was a nightmare. But this morning it's a little rough, but we're gonna try and see how much. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I just don't feel good. I don't feel good. My chest is tight. I'm really tired still. It's hot. I need air conditioning. I think this is going to be a rough day. The current issue right now is that my home health nurse is late. She's so far like 36 minutes late, and I haven't heard from her. She hasn't called. She usually I've had a new home health nurse recently since we moved, and I can't remember if she's been calling me the day of, saying that when she's like 10 to 30 minutes out or not. Most of them do, but I haven't heard from her today. I talked to her last night, but she said she'd be here around 11, and it's been almost 40 minutes after. But I'm really hungry, but I don't want to just eat something quick. I actually want to make something good, but that's going to take time, and I don't want to be in the middle of cooking and her get there, or me to cook and then as soon as it's done, her get here and then it get cold. So I'm getting really frustrated because your girl's got to eat, and I want something good and not quick or easy. I don't want to just do a tube feed. I don't just want to chug a Boost in the meantime, but I'll probably do it. But that's just kind of annoying right now. I managed for it to be almost 1:30 and I still haven't eaten yet today, which not a good thing to do. So now I'm making myself some biscuits and gravy because why not? I mean, I'm in the mood to eat like good food, and I'm also kind of in the mood to cook, which is strange considering I really don't have a lot of energy right now, but it is what it is. So, thing with CF is, like, I kind of touched on yesterday, or no, I guess it was a couple of days ago, where we need a lot of high calorie, high fat foods because our bodies just don't retain nutrients because we are pancreatic insufficient. So basically, like, we can't digest our food on our own. So we use man-made enzymes to digest our food, but those aren't as good as natural human-made enzymes. So we're still not getting all the nutrients and all the fat and everything that we need. So a lot of us are malnourished. A lot of kids get diagnosed with having failure to thrive, which means they're like not growing at the normal rate. So to do that, in order to like keep our weight up and at least try and gain weight, you gotta eat a lot of fatty food, which I'm not complaining about. Also, some of our medications, new gene modulators, they require to be taken with high fat foods. So it just kind of also forces you to be conscious about what you're eating. So I'm not complaining. That means I get all the fats and the cheeses, gravies, whole milks, creams, things like that, the grease. But figured I would just fry up some sausage gravy. Got biscuits in the oven. And kind of just show y'all what I kind of eat on a daily basis. And well, our final product, we have it. We have 3 biscuits covered and loads of sausage gravy, which is just tons of fat and calories and everything I need. Especially need it because I need to take my gene modifier medication, Symdico, which is what treats the underlying gene mutation of my cystic fibrosis. I haven't had the best results from it. Some people have, but I haven't been able to tell a difference at all, really. But I mean, I don't think it's making me worse, but I don't know where I'd be if I wasn't taking it. So it's hard really to tell. But also the man-made enzymes that I told you about, these are them. The ones that I take are called Creon. I take 24,000 unit ones. And with a meal like this, I'll take between 4 and 5. Because you just kind of base it off of how much fat you're going to be taking. And during that meal, they last about 45 minutes. So I'm about to swallow some enzymes, swallow my Symdico, and then just demolish this because I'm really, really hungry. Well, I broke my house arrest that I was basically put on to rest.
We're now out and about.
Only to go to the pharmacy.
Get more drugs. For medicinal purposes.
My culture results came in today.
How'd those go?
So I'm growing new bacteria that I've never grown before. And that's why we're having to go.
What is
They
it?
called in more antibiotics, just oral antibiotics.
What's it called?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm doing.
You remember when you first were growing that Elizabeth, whatever?
I'm growing that again. But I remember last time, whenever I had that before, Hunt thought it was a fluke because he was like, there's no reason for you to be growing that. And he thought it was like a lab cross-contamination, so he didn't even really had it fully listed. But Sue Lavong emailed me today, my pulmonologist. You're gonna turn this way. And
which way? My way?
Your way.
We don't do rights and lefts in this household. We do my way and your way.
I grew up in the South. I can't help it. We're a little slower down here.
That is not because of that. It's a certain individual in this car, names will not be named, but does not do well with right and left. But they do better with your way or my way. Welcome to our lives.
Basically, at high risk of growing or of developing pneumonia if I don't already have it, because of whatever new bacteria I'm having. I don't know, I can't pronounce it, but I've never grown it before. And she was saying it's very commonly causes pneumonia. So I'm doing Pseudomonas, Staph again, that one, and then the Elizabeth King, whatever that is. Have that again. Which...
So when you say high risk, how
I don't fully know, but that's why I told her about my fevers I've been having, because I don't know what the symptoms are for pneumonia. I don't think I've ever actually had it, so I don't know what the symptoms are. But that's why I went ahead and told her. But because remember last time I was growing for bacteria, but it was a Chromobacter instead. But this time it's this, and I've never even heard of it before. But luckily, like she said, the IVs I'm on should cover almost everything, but they just want to put me on oral Bactrim to help cover the Elizabeth King, whatever that's called. Which is fine. It's just I don't like Bactrim because it messes up my stomach really bad.
Go a little further so you get closer.
Yeah. Get that handy capable spot.
That's right.
But I also was able, I had to email the doctors though and ask for another Marinol prescription because it ran out. So hopefully that'll come in within the next couple days. But then I also needed to get more insulin.
There's always a lot to get. How long, or is this, because of this new bacteria that you're growing, are you going to have to do more antibiotics for longer?
Probably. I mean, I'm assuming that the oral will be for another 2 weeks starting tonight or tomorrow.
Yep.
And then not this Thursday, but next Thursday is when I go back to clinic. So then they'll reevaluate and see if we need to extend or not. So, I mean, I really just don't know at this point.
Why do you keep growing stuff that you've never grown before?
That's
Because
what
Elizabeth Key, that was new.
No one's even heard of it. I asked.
That was new, and then this is new.
That's what
How does that happen? Do they not know how that happens? So that we can try to prevent,
I really have no idea.
Nobody seems to know how this stuff happens, but I don't understand.
And the thing is, like, I asked even, like, other CF people that I'm friends with, and none of them have even heard of some of these. Like, Pseudomonas and stuff are very common, and so it's kind of a Chromobacter, but these two, like, no one seems to really have heard about them, from what I have gathered. So...
It's very confusing.
It's really annoying, but it kind of explains why I feel like crap all the time. Because there's 4 different bacteria just fighting in my lungs. Constantly. It's really freaking annoying. But you know what? Let's go ahead and go in. Get it over with. Get it started, and then we can go home and cook dinner and watch Bachelorette. Comment below who you think Hannah should pick. If you don't say Tyler C., you're wrong.
That's right.
So I just finished watching Bachelorette. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but all I'm going to say is I'm really bummed that Cameron went to bed before it finished because our hotspot kept going out. But luckily we're getting internet installed tomorrow, so we won't have to use the hotspot anymore. But it took forever for us to get through it, so he went to bed a while ago. And I'm really bummed because now I don't have anyone to discuss my theories about what's going to happen tomorrow night on the finale. I don't have anyone to discuss it with. None of my friends are, like, really invested this season, I don't think. So I really, like, I'm just sitting here like, oh, I don't have any spoilers this season, but I want to talk to somebody about it. And none of my friends have been watching it, and Cameron's asleep, and he's the only one that has been truly invested with me that I'm close with. So, but, yeah, the only other really annoying thing about Cameron going to bed so early is I realize now have to walk Winnie before I go to bed, and it's already about 1 a.m. And I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't want to go outside alone at 1 a.m. to walk her. But I mean, I have to. Yeah, I'm not gonna make her suffer throughout the night. She's asleep right now, but I need to at least give her the opportunity. I mean, I don't feel great. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. But something that's really strange that I realized tonight is I think my body associates being sick with wanting to eat graham crackers with peanut butter, which is really strange, I know. But hear me out. The only time that I ever eat graham crackers with peanut butter is when I'm in the hospital, and it is my go-to snack. Every time I'm admitted, I bring a thing of peanut butter and a thing of graham crackers, and if I don't, then every day I'm asking the nurses for graham crackers because they always have them on the floor, and then I'll get peanut butter brought up from the cafeteria downstairs. And I'll just keep it in my room to eat as snacks. But at home, never eat it, never crave it. But then today, we went to the grocery store to the farm. My pharmacy's in a grocery store, and I realized that I wanted some snacks because girls got to eat. And we went up and down every aisle, and the only thing that I wanted was graham crackers with peanut butter. I spent probably 5 minutes just debating on if I wanted honey or cinnamon or chocolate. Like, I just really wanted graham crackers with peanut butter. Never want it whenever I'm not feeling bad. But for some reason, I was craving it. So we got a box of graham crackers. Then I get up to start my midnight IVs tonight. And as I'm up and moving around, I start coughing, throw up. You know how it is. And as soon as I get done just throwing up all my dinner, basically, the first thought that comes in my head is, wow, I could really go for some graham crackers and peanut butter right now. Never think that whenever I'm feeling good, like on a normal basis, I never crave that. So I think there must be something subconscious linked between like how I'm feeling and what I want to eat. Like my body and mind associates graham crackers with being sick. I don't know. But just something I noticed today, which I just found kind of interesting. But I guess for the rest of the night, I'm going to finish up my IVs. I got to finish my Colistin bulb right now, and then I'll do my Zosyn walk Winnie, and then try and get some sleep and try and go to bed around that time. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep. Sometimes I just can't. But until then, I'll probably just keep stuffing my face with graham crackers and peanut butter and call it a night. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will touch base and be back with y'all tomorrow. Good night, y'all.